Hello and welcome back. Today we have a box with a piece of technology in it that is absolutely bonkers. This thing never should have existed, and somehow it did. And we have an example of one here in the box today. This should be an RCA Selectavision SJT-200 stereo vinyl video player. I'll say that again. This is a vinyl movie player. There's a very good series of videos by a YouTube channel called Technology Connections. A 6-part episode on failure after failure that this thing went through in order to become a thing. And I'll link that in the description. It's definitely worth watching. Yeah, I'll say it again. You've probably heard of audio on vinyl, but you've probably never heard of video on vinyl. This was around the time of like Laserdisc was a thing, but this is legitimately video and audio printed on vinyl that you could watch like a VHS tape or something like that. So let's open this up. Hopefully it's no more broken than it was when the guy shipped it to me. This was bought for parts, broken, not working. He said that it loads videos and plays them, but there's no audio. So hopefully there's just the audio amp or something inside is broken, and we can maybe figure something out there. But worst case, this is like a turntable, and so shipping a turntable, who knows if it completely disintegrated in shipping. So let's open it up and let's find out. All right. In the factory box, manual, whatever. Check out this graphic. That's how you load the video there. So here it is. It is, you can see it's in like brand new shape. So it's kind of mind blowing that, it came in the original box and somehow the audio doesn't work on it. Hopefully that's all it doesn't work. Again, here we have the Selectavision. It's called a CED, which stands for Capacitance Electric Disc. Again, this stuff was all printed on vinyl. The SJT series that we have here is the second revision of these players. The first ones admittedly look way better than these do, but the first ones are coax only. There's no like your typical 3-prong RCA, and so the original versions are it's all RF, and so the quality is not so great. Starting with the second series with the SJT, SJT-200, they added stereo left and right, and they also have a RCA out. So like, these things are totally bonkers. The movies came on, obviously they're vinyl, and so they came in like little caddies. And the crazy thing about it is the grooves on these movies are so fine that RCA had to come up with a special way to insert and remove the discs without like human fingers touching them, because like the oils and if you scratch it even a little bit, the whole thing is like entirely unusable. So we'll take it out just a little bit here to show you kind of what those discs look like. You can kind of push a screwdriver in and pull out the disc here. But as you can see, it's definitely a vinyl disc in there. It's got like a crazy psychedelic rainbow effect thing going on. But the grooves are so small that if you touch it with your fingers, the whole thing pretty much is no good anymore. So you would insert this into the machine would grab the disc out, and then you'd pull the caddy out. And then when it came time to flip it, because it's on both sides, you flip the caddy over, you put it back in, it puts the disc back in, you pull it out, you put the caddy back out, you put it back in, it takes the disc back out, The machine is always the thing that removes the disc. So we'll give a little run around here. It's got that great faux wood side going on. A true in between times in terms of aesthetics and whatnot. But here's the back. Here's the RF outputs here, and then you've got the video output of one of the RCA jacks, and you've got the left and right on both sides. And so this being an RCA enabled device allows you to do all sorts of neat things with upscalers and converters and all that, which is why I was really interested in it. And then there's the other side, and then finally we're back to the front. And this particular model doesn't have a remote, but the 300 series that came after this, they even had remotes, and so these are just wild. You can fast forward, rewind, pause, play. It's got a little digital screen here. Yeah, they're just completely mind blowing. And normally I always like to take things apart before I turn them on, because I like knowing about how they work. But I'm legitimately terrified of how complex this thing is inside. I looked at the service manual before I got this, and it's just mind blowing how crazy it is inside this thing. So I'm not gonna take it apart before turning it on. I'm just gonna hook this up to a TV, and we'll see if it's as broken as it was when I. Hopefully, it's just as broken as it was when it was shipped. So let's get a CRT hooked up to this thing, and let's see how it works. I forgot to mention. So he said that the audio left and right doesn't work, but I'm hoping that at least the coax portion of it works. So if the coax audio works, then it's just a problem with the stereo amplifier. Okay, we've got the mini Trini set up here. This is hooked up again through the RCA video left and right in the back. So let's power this guy on. Any moment here. Okay, so the Trini's on. Let's press power on this Selectavision and see what happens, huh? Oh, Jesus! Oh, man. Okay, L is load. Side 1. I have no idea how to do this. Oh, there it goes. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so there it took the disc out. Oh my God, what a ridiculous machine. I don't know how long this is even supposed to take. Probably not supposed to take that long. Huh. Well, that's probably not good. Unload. Okay, well, it didn't like that side. Let's try What a clumsy loading system. I can't ever imagine why this thing didn't rule the world. Let's get this top off. Oh, isn't that cool? It's got the schematic right there. That is awesome. Let's put one of these discs in and just see what happens. Yeah, I'm just taking a moment. I'm just taking it in right now is all I'm... No idea what's going on here. So it sounded like something was just like spinning endlessly, so I'm guessing like one of these motor gears is... Maybe one of these motor gears is just or one of these. Oh my god, there's so many gears. Yeah, I'm guessing it's one of those gears is, or oh, it's probably this belt. Honestly, I bet it's that belt. Back when I was working on Sega CDs a lot, you know, those belts. I bet this is the problem right there. So we're gonna shove this in, and I'm expecting that belt to just be slipping. She goes. Oh nope, that wasn't the problem. That is definitely spinning. Oh. Oh Jesus. Oh, turn it off. Problem solved. It works great now. Let me, God, I don't even know. That sounds like the motor's bad. Something's not good. But it definitely gets out, and you saw it go in there. So isn't that crazy? It leaves the caddy in the top, and then it like slinks the disc down. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Alright, so it sounds like the motor's loose. So let's open this up down. Oh man, these are like... Okay. Didn't necessarily give me access to anything I care about. Yeah, I still don't see anything that would make wobbly noises. Let's just go all the way. Great. Of course, the last one you drop in there. Well, nothing in here looks all that loose or broken, so that is a big bummer. You never hope to see broken bits of plastic anywhere, but at least in this situation it would tell me what's wrong. But this is not, that is not even remotely busted. So let's go back with the original plan. We'll put this back together, and we will just try adjusting that turntable height. Probably should have done that first. clearly there's no motor in there, so I guess online people say that if it's unbalanced like this, apparently like the whole like turntable assembly is bad. You have to like replace the whole assembly, and I don't want to do that right now, but I do want to see if it at least shows something on the screen. So we're gonna turn this on, and we're just gonna see if it at least gives us video and no audio like it should. Well, it's definitely showing something. It's just like it's in fast forward. I wonder why. Well, there's definitely sound. Okay. What an insane situation right now. So it has video, it has sound, you can hear the sound, and it's like stuck in fast forward. Alright, well I got something else to look at. How insane. Okay, well I don't know if I'm going to end this here or not, so I'll just show a quick recap again of the situation. So we bought this broken player on eBay. The guy said it loads and plays discs just fine, just no audio. What we received was something that loads and plays discs with audio and video, but makes this like crazy wobbling sound. At the same time I bought this one, there was also like an auction for 2 of these that were like straight broken for parts, untested, whatever. But they're the 100 versions that don't have stereo. But the 100 and the 200 versions are more or less exactly the same, except for the main board has a couple extra chips on it. So I should be able to make one good 200 out of the 200 you see in front of you here, and the 2 bad, potentially bad 100s that I have on the way. But that might be it for now. So let's call this an end. The picture does look good anyways, but thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Maybe we'll get it working when we get the parts ones in. Jeez, what a ruckus. Okay, I lied. I kept working on it. But what I did find is that I was able to figure out how to unlock this mechanism so you can drop everything into place. And if you spin this, it definitely sticks. So the sound that like crazy rubbing sound is just because this platter isn't high enough. So I think if we can find a way to space out this turntable, that crazy rubbing sound should go away. Alright, we're going to try and take this C-clip off. It's going to go shinning across the room, and I'm going to be out of luck. But you can flip this little guy out of the way here. The plan is to take the platter off, and we'll see. Okay, C-clip removed. Spring. Sort of a lever device here. Imagine this would just pop right off of here. Yeah, I was hoping I could just pop this off of there, but it appears that's not going to be the case. It's definitely just a big old magnet. Okay, well actually it wasn't that big of a deal to get the turntable out. You like flipped up this little bar here and you pulled out this little top guy there, and she came right out, and you know, you would expect to see like a ton of rubbing on this or something, but you just don't. If you look along this magnet surface, hope you can't see. On the surface of this magnet here, there's no like rubbing around there either, so I have no idea where the rubbing sound is coming from. It's quite confusing. You stuff it back in here. It just makes that noise. That's alright, well, I don't know if it's supposed to work this way. It's clearly not. So there's this like spacer thing here. This is supposed to be between this adjustment bolt on the bottom and the that pushes the turntable height up or down. And if I take this, if I put the screw in without this, like this thing just spins for days. So I don't know how to think. I don't know what to think about that. I mean, I guess I don't use that adjustment. If I'm adjusting it here. If I even screw it up just a little bit, it starts rubbing. This is with full adjustment, full up. Perfect. If I do like a half turn, even, that's a half turn, and now it rubs. And so this is like, maybe this is just the wrong part. This isn't even supposed to be for this machine. I just really don't know, but I gotta believe that you know, it's better without it than it is with it. So let's put this all back together and we'll give it another try with the without this like plate thing in there. Okay, I think I've got everything back together. Let's hope it doesn't just like throw itself into a billion pieces. Hold on to your butts. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Silent. Oh, yes! No way! Okay, so now the volume is up at its highest, and I'm getting a little bit out of the speakers, but not much. So that tells me that the amp on board this thing is probably dead. Oh, actually, never mind. It sounds just great. Oh man. No way! Oh my god. Well, it works great. Look at that. I guess it works great. Yeah, so I bought those parts machines. They were like, you know, they were like $100 for two of them. So they're, you know, it's whatever. If nothing else, I guess they're great parts for when, you know, this one has problems. But this thing is working perfect, and the image is a little fuzzy. You know, it's like watching a VHS. You know, it's the same thing, but not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Obviously, it looks worse on the CRT's flickering and whatnot because of the shutter speed, but I mean, it's totally watchable. Yeah, this is I'm blown away. So now we're for real gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm gonna try and explain what I think is wrong with the audio in the machine. Here we have the schematic for the audio portion of the machine. We've got the amplifiers that go to the stereo on the right here, and we've got the demodulation portion on this left side. Now, what's happening with the audio is the music is very loud, and the voices are very quiet. And I believe that's because all that I'm hearing is the left and right, or the left minus the right, like the difference, which is this chip here, which I've circled. And I believe that the reason why the voices are so quiet because they're kind of they're supposed to run through the mono. So this chip down here is what I believe is not working, because if this chip is responsible for the L plus R, like the summed audio, or the primary carrier, audio carrier frequency. And the theory is if I can grab one of these chips from another machine, you know, I should be able to restore the full audio back to my machine. Now, I received those parts machines, and you know, this is the schematic for the mono version of the machine, and they have the exact same chip, so they both use this U4101. If you scroll back up to the top, you know, there's a 4101 right here. So the chips are the same, so I should be able to pull one out of one of my parts machines and plop it in here, and then I should be able to restore the mono channel. And again, the reason that I think it's the mono channel too is when I put in a mono only movie, there's no audio at all. And so if I put in, I have a movie Rocky, which is a mono only movie. If I put that in, I get zero sound at all. And if I put in a stereo disc, which was like Raiders of the Lost Ark that I used before, I get audio, but it's just like, it's super unbalanced, and the voices are very quiet. So we're gonna try pulling one of the chips, this chip out of my parts machine, and we're gonna plop it in my stereo machine. So let's get on with it. We have one of the parts motherboards from one of our parts machines here. The chip we're interested in pulling off is the audio demodulation chip right here. And so we'll pull that off, and we will see if that fixes the stereo problem on our other machine. Alright, so there we are, one audio demodulation chip. Here we have the motherboard of the stereo SJT-200 here, and you can see there's like obviously a lot more going on in this area than there was on the other one. The chip that I think is bad is this one here, because when I adjust this pot here for the left minus right level, you know, it goes from nothing to just like, there's no like adjustment here. All right, let's get started on taking this chip out. All right, we'll put the replacement back in. Alright, so there we have it. All replaced. Let's get it back together and fire it up. Alright, moment of truth time. Let's fire it up and see how it goes. Give Rocky a try. See if the champ is in or not. See if I ruined it even more. Oh, of course. Oh, no audio. Bummer. Okay, so it was not a bad chip. So stereo still works here. So it would appear that our issue is not with the chip. It is time to admit that I broke my own rule, or one of my own rules. I always say if you're going to replace a chip, you should put a socket in there. Since you're in there anyways, just make it a socket. Make your life in the future easier. I didn't do that in the previous swap chip, and it didn't work, so I got bit by my own rule that I didn't follow. So I have gone and I have socketed these are the two audio demodulation chips, and I have swapped them. So this one used to be down here, and this one used to be up here. And so I don't know if that other chip was bad too. It also wasn't the same part number, so it didn't cause any problems, but it didn't help. So this test will be to see if we know one of these chips works. We don't know which one actually is which, and so if swapping this one to this one and this one to that one means that now only the mono works, and the leftover stereo channel doesn't work anymore, then we know that it actually was a bad chip. And we also learned that either that other chip is not the right one, even though it should be, or that other one was also bad. So let's get the camera set up a little differently. We'll throw in Rocky and we'll see if we get any audio this time. Okay, we've got our mono test disc, Rocky here again. Let's fire up the Trinitron and let's see if we get any mono sound out of the champ. Oh man! All right, that's the wrong side. That should be the first side. But there's audio. All right. Okay, then that officially answers that question. So oh jeez, yeah, it sounds awesome. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. Pretty good. Yeah, that's totally acceptable. Let's go to a part with some talking, because that's always a hard part for before. Oh, that sounds so much better.
Hey, you're not permitted in there. It's restricted.
Yeah. Wow. So what a difference that makes. And to be honest, if I can't find the right chip to replace that one, well, I mean, I don't really know if I don't know if it sounds perfect. So it's hard to say if like removing both of those, there's like a cold solder joint in the one that I had just removed just now. And now they're both working, or not, but either way, it's totally watchable now. So I hesitate to mess with it any further at this point, because you know this is totally watchable. So yeah, I think we'll wrap that up here for now. I have a whole big old stack of final movies to watch now. So I will be doing that. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you on the next one.
What light? Have you seen the light? Yes! Yes! Jesus H. God, yes, in Christ! the band!